Good morning and welcome to Coffee Chat with David and Kylie Knight.
Hey everyone, so it's good to see you this morning. I hope you're all doing well. Today is Friday, December the 11th, 2020. 2 weeks to Christmas, 2 weeks to Christmas.
Are you excited at all?
I'm very excited.
You're very excited, yeah.
Yes.
I know.
It's the big countdown.
Well, and I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're on like Josh Kohler, be sure to use hashtag Hello Nights and hashtag Cup of Awesome.
That's it. Good morning and
Almost Merry Christmas.
almost Merry Christmas. The little things over it, so I couldn't read what it says.
Oh. You can't read that?
There I can. I couldn't read it over there.
That's why I made it.
We got screens going
Screens
everywhere.
are everywhere.
Exactly.
Be sure to like and share, because sharing is caring, and our guest today is going to be one of our most interesting interviews ever.
Absolutely. You're going to love today. So be sure to hit the share button and invite friends because you're going to want to see this.
Exactly.
It's unique, and he's amazing, and we love him. So
we do.
It's going to be great.
So it has been a week since we hung out.
It has indeed.
You know, and it's been a quiet week around here.
Yes.
Did we do anything? We had a show.
Yes.
Wow, the weeks are flying by. We had a show in Arkansas.
Absolutely.
It was a lot of
so fun.
Yeah, it's a great group of people.
Yeah, it's actually a bit of a drive. It's a little further than I expected.
It's funny how that happens.
It's funny how
when the drive is a little further than you expected.
Yeah. But it was nice. It's so pretty out there.
It is.
And we got to go through some of the mountains. It was up in northern Arkansas, so it was really nice.
Yeah, and the people were very sweet.
Very sweet. We had a great time.
We did.
I think I mentioned last week that it wasn't going to be like an outreach. This is just something for their church family because Rona. I think
it's true. No,
it's been
exactly
a
why.
tough year, and they needed a little joy and laughter, and we were so happy to bring that their way. They did.
They did.
It was great.
Kelly Curry, good to see you, my friend.
Well,
welcome.
hey.
Good to see you on the other
side.
side.
I love your videos, too. I've been watching the puppies.
She does. She pulls them up all the time.
Yeah.
I always hear the yelling at the dog.
Yeah.
Shallow!
Jamison.
But anyways, so we had a good show. Oh goodness, we've got a lot. Look at this. Toddy Bear is on. Look at that.
Good morning. Hello, sir.
Love it.
Yes.
You guys are all fantastic.
And a good old howdy from
right.
Kelly.
That's right.
But you were going to say something there?
I was going to say we had the sweetest moment after the show at our merchandise table. First of all, we talk about our Uganda Shoe Trees project. And Robert, who's with the project, is in town. I don't know if we've talked about that at all. Did we talk about that?
I don't think we have.
I don't think we did.
Well, I think he's still out in Chattanooga right now.
Yeah, he's in Chattanooga right now.
He's coming back this weekend.
But he runs the kind of environmental arm of Uganda Shoe Trees called Let's Go Green. And Kelly says, "Not true, David. Those are precious voices." So anyways, we talk about Uganda Shoe Trees, and we talk about all the things we do. After the show, we were at the table, and there was a very sweet family there. And there was this girl. She was, I don't know. I'm terrible with ages. I want to say she was 15, 16, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And I was talking to her dad, and who's a race car driver.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We know one of those.
We do know one of those. Now we know two. Actually, we know more than that.
Yeah.
But she kind of stood off to the side, and I heard her kind of whisper her dad. But anyways, so I finished talking to her dad, and she kind of looks at me, and she says, God's told me that I need to give you this money to help you with your ministry. And she gave us like a nice little chunk of change for a 15-year-old. I was shocked, and I was humbled, and I was blessed. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is so sweet. And
I wasn't there at the time.
No.
David went backstage as I was packing everything away, and he told me the story, and it's like, oh, cry.
I know, it was so sweet.
So sweet. But we had a great time there.
We did, and then we came home, had good travel home,
mm-hmm.
and we've been working in the office on some stuff. We've got a couple of projects going on.
Yes, as always.
My earbud's
and it's
going
been
crazy.
22 years.
And it has been, yes. So yesterday was the 22nd anniversary of the day we met.
That changed everything.
It did change everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Oh, Kelly, yeah, the conclave got canceled. Yeah, I know. It's so sad. So sad.
we won't be able to hang out. So
right? We'll have to find some other excuse to hang out.
Sad about that.
And then tomorrow is the 22nd anniversary of our first hangout
That turned into a
that
date.
turned into a date. Wasn't meant to be a date, but
No.
it became a date.
There
And here we are,
we are.
22 years later. It's crazy.
Exactly. Love it.
Yeah, me too. Cheers. Cheers to
Cheers.
22 years.
Right?
Beautiful. All right.
All right, let's get started. I want to bring our guest on.
I do too, because you guys aren't going to believe this. So, anyways, we met this guy a couple years back at a youth conference.
I don't know
It was the
exactly
Texas
how
Conclave.
long it's been. It's been several years.
Yeah, it's been
I
several
think.
years. Yeah. And he was a super nice guy. He's a phenomenal worship leader.
Yeah.
He's his attention and to detail in production and tech blows me away. And as you'll see from his current location, he has multiple talents. So we hope you guys will welcome our friend and now yours, Mr. Jamison Strain. Hello, my friend.
Hi guys, how are you?
We
Hi.
are good. Jamison.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is going to be very interesting because we're on our way to Orlando right now to play one of our last shows of the year.
Wow.
And we came from Nashville because that's where we live.
Right.
And
home.
it's like 2 hours too far for our driver to like legally drive.
Yeah.
And so I'm driving the bus right now.
And how long is this bus? How big? Is it
Well,
45?
The bus is 45 feet, and then we have a trailer on here that's like 18 feet. So I don't know what I failed college algebra, so I don't know what the total is. But
That
it's
is
a lot.
63
That is
feet
a
of
lot.
big rig driving down the road, and he's going to do an interview
Oh,
while
man.
while he's doing it.
That is talent, people.
Uh-oh.
So if we
Uh-oh.
lose
Oh,
him,
no! Like that.
I was just about to say, if we lose him, you know why, because he's driving
He's
down the road,
literally
and
driving down the road.
so we'll just wait. I'm sure he is going to call back.
I'm sure he will. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be one of the most interesting interviews we've ever done. He's
and
literally...
be praying for Jamison and his team on board that he stays alert and he doesn't crash his bus as he's trying to talk to us at the same time.
Oh, goodness, yes.
Very talented,
He is very talented.
multitasking.
And he's a super nice guy. I mean, that's I got to be honest.
I think we've
with
only
you.
worked together on one event.
That's true. That's true. We've only done one event together, but we've seen him at a couple of different
I think so.
locations.
Yeah.
Is that a landline phone? Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask him about that because
I want to know too.
I
saw that phone too.
I think that actually might go back to I think they've got a conference room in the back of the bus
Okay.
that
I
they
think
can
something.
call each other.
Yeah. I'm sure it just goes to the back of the bus for something.
I'm sure it does, but we will find out. We will be sure to ask because inquiring minds want to know.
Yes. It could be like, hey guys, we're about 15 minutes out. You might want to prepare.
That's right. That's
Kind
right.
of coming in for a landing.
I like that. That's
Universal side.
that is it.
But it was one of those.
Well, but now it's
this.
everything is this now, right? So
It's true.
I wonder if that will ever change. Like, will someday people go for the phone call, or
Maybe.
I don't know. It's an interesting times we're living in, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or it's a.
that's true. That's true. 'Cause you can do it.
Okay.
But anyway, so I guess we've got some time to chill out and chat while we wait for him to hopefully come back on. I guess should we talk about next week? While
Sure.
we're waiting for okay. So we're gonna do things out of order because why not?
Yeah.
It's 2020. I'm sorry, my microphone or my headphone is driving me nuts. I gotta plug this other side.
And we were just talking to Jamison before we went live and saying, we all need to get together. We've got other friends in Nashville too. And he's like, we need to hang out. And I said, well, the trouble is having you guys in Nashville.
There he is.
All in one place as well. Thanks to our sponsor, Rona. Where
I think he had to
it's
move.
a little easier.
I think he had to move. Let's see here. Let's go here and let's bring up Jamison.
You guys, my phone just overheated.
Oh, seriously?
I'm dead serious. Like it came on and it said overheat, and I was like, I don't know what this is. So it's okay. I'm back.
Okay, but
Wow.
now you're like on the other side of the cab. That's weird.
I know, because I moved it like out of the sun, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So-
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I moved it out of the sun.
Awesome.
Well, we'll try and get through this as quickly as we can then. But we do have
Funny.
one question from somebody who's watching.
Yeah.
Yes.
They saw that phone
Yes.
off to your side and they are saying, is that a landline phone?
Oh, okay, that's so funny. No, it's not a landline phone, isn't that? And that's great. A great question. Very attentive.
Yes.
That phone is just. There's only one other one on here, and it goes to my tour manager's bunk.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
So that if the driver needs to get a hold of the tour manager, I guess I don't know. I guess you could use a cell phone. So I don't really know why we have that.
Because they didn't used to have cell phones.
I guess, yeah.
Or if
guess
you're in the
so.
mountains somewhere and you don't have cell service, you need to reach them.
You know, that's probably
true.
it. We're gonna go with that.
Yeah,
like
we'll
that.
go with that.
Yeah.
All right.
right.
We'll just get started with these questions if you're good
Yeah.
for that. All right. First
Absolutely.
question. So we just want to know, starting off, what is your faith story? How did you come to know Jesus?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I grew up as a pastor's kid. And so I grew
Uh-huh.
up in the church and around the church, and I loved it. I loved every minute of ministry and growing up in that environment. I remember it. I was young. I was about 7 years old, and I remember I was sitting. We were living in Port Charlotte, Florida at the time,
Okay.
and I was sitting there and just playing, watching TV or whatever. My mom's in the kitchen and she's fixing dinner, and I stopped what I was doing. I just said, "Mom, how do I ask Jesus into my heart?"
Aw.
And my mom dropped everything, and sat and explained to me, what it meant to have a relationship with Jesus, and what it meant to invite him into your heart, and she prayed with me right there, and I accepted Jesus right there in Port Charlotte, and my
Aw.
dad wasn't even home from work yet, and so he got back from the church office, and so my mom told him what happened, and then it was just a couple weeks later that my dad got to baptize me.
Oh. I love
And so so it was super, super, super cool. And so that's kind of how that started for people ever since.
That's
that.
awesome.
That's so cool. And that's like the best opportunity to have your mom say, "You wait till your father hears about this."
I know it for real. You just wait until we tell your dad.
Wait till your father gets
That's
home.
right.
Yeah.
I
I
love
got
it.
some of those too, but not over that situation.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you do. All right, so you now you became interested in being a worship leader essentially by watching your dad lead worship. Who inspires you these days?
My goodness, that's such a hard question. I have, I've only been touring full time for 6 years now, and over that 6 years, I have gotten to meet so many great people in this industry, and people that I as a kid looked up to so much. And so, I don't think I could pick just one. Number one, my parents are still huge influences in everything that I do, and they're very involved in my ministry and what I get to do on the road. And
Oh, that's nice.
I'm always calling them, asking about things, and bouncing ideas off of them. And, but there's so many other people in this industry that have sort of just taken me in and really poured into me, and that. You want to feel valued, and you want to feel loved. Let people pour into you.
Ooh.
Let
Nice.
people speak wisdom into your life and into your ministry, and don't ever think that you have it all figured out, because there's always something to learn. And so these people that have been so influential and people that I look up to are the ones that have really poured into me and shared wisdom and things that they've learned along the way.
I love that. That's great.
Great advice too.
That's very great advice.
We don't know it all, do we?
Nope. No, we do not.
No, we don't. No, we
Always
don't.
more to learn. So we know that you are a very busy man with multiple businesses and projects going on all at the same time. So how do you manage to keep everything moving forward as well as you do?
Well, that changes daily. It's so funny. I do. I have 3 different companies really that I get to run, and they're all intertwined and they all work together. So I have the music side of things, and I have a team of 8 people that I manage with the music side. 3 band guys and then 5 crew guys, and so that's a lot to manage, especially in a global pandemic,
Yes.
in trying to make sure that everybody has work and that everybody can pay their bills.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean it's a big weight, and so I have that side of things, which is obviously the number one, and then number 2 in that is that I have a production company that I've owned for a long time, and the great thing is that works hand in hand with the music. We travel with all of our own production and take everything with us. You guys have seen,
Yes.
and
It's a lot.
and so it's a lot. And so I have that side of things that I manage, and I've got a great team of people that help with that, which is great.
Yeah.
And then we have the buses, and so the buses are really what transport us and get us from show to show. So it's a little important, like the one that I'm on right now. And so yeah, it's crazy. Right before COVID, we moved to 2 buses. Because we had so much production gear with us that we needed 2 trailers, and so we moved into 2 buses, and praise the Lord, this didn't happen. But I had a contract on my desk in March, actually to lease. We were going to lease a semi truck.
Oh wow.
And I had the lease sitting on my desk years. On a semi truck lease.
Wow.
And so yeah, and so fortunately that didn't get signed.
Yeah.
So that but yeah, I mean it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of responsibility. But we love it. We do.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, and just as an FYI, Josh Kohler, one of our watchers, says, I'm not sure, David, but Jamison may be competing against you for the Strong Hair Game Award. So I didn't think there was competition between us, but
you know what, David, there's not a competition because your hair is pretty fantastic. I mean, this is like what's that meme that says like I woke up like this?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was about like this right here.
Well, it does look good. It does look good.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Your hair game is strong. So how have I know we talked a little bit about the COVID thing, but how have you and your business had to pivot during this time?
My goodness. Well, which time did we pivot? I feel like there have been several pivots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Since March, and it's so crazy to me to think that like we're gonna come up on 1 year of this.
I know.
Yeah.
My goodness, it's nuts. So I was out on Winter Jam, and we were in Louisville, Kentucky, the day that the world shut down.
Oh wow.
March 13th. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I was sitting in catering and eating lunch, and I stayed in catering because it seemed like that's where all like the buzz was happening. And I, they were like, "Oh, come on, let's go." And I was like, "No, I want to stay here because something's going to happen." And so I could feel it in the air that something was like the show could potentially get canceled that night. It was a Thursday night, so it was the beginning of our weekend run, and sure enough, I got a text sitting right there that said show's canceled for tonight. And so then somebody came into catering and said, "Hey guys, show is canceled for tonight. We were already loaded in. The stage was set, like everything was ready. And they said, pack it all up. Drivers will be back here at 7:00 and we'll head home. Wow. And so at that time, I thought, well, we'll have the weekend off and then we'll be back out next weekend. And then as the week went on, they were like, okay, no, we have to call the rest of the tour. And there were 3 weeks left on the tour, so that was really kind of it was really a bummer.
Yeah.
And so to see that end early, and such a great tour, really. And so yeah, I mean that's where we were, and then we moved into this new live streaming thing that nobody really knew a ton about. Right. And so I met with several guys from my team and said, okay, we have all of our gear. What do we need and what are we missing to pull this off and make it happen? And so we pulled everything that we had and said, okay, let's figure this out and how can we do this? And by the first or second week of April, we were able to produce our own live streams, and so we've done multiple different settings, and we've tried to do outdoor shows, we've tried to do drive-ins, I mean, you name it, and we've tried it, and some of it's worked and some of it hasn't. But you know, I think one thing that I've learned through all of this, Kylie, to kind of answer your question, is you know. Tomorrow, you know, seems like kind of a maybe. Next week is a little foggy. And a month from now, just hold it loosely, you know, I mean, because nothing could, you know, come of it. And so yeah, it's been a big pivot for us, and just trying to figure out, hey, what can we do more so to make sure that people feel safe. I think that's the biggest thing as we produce events, and you know, as we go into churches, we want to be sensitive. We want to be sensitive to the ones that, you know, that this is a very real and serious thing. And you know, I'll get super serious here for a minute. We've had guys on our crew who have tested positive and shown no symptoms. They've shown no symptoms, but they've quarantined, they've followed the steps, everything that they want us to do, and that's one side of the coin. The other side is a friend of mine from high school passed away last Sunday from complications with COVID, and you know, left behind his pregnant wife and 5 beautiful kids, and they're in the Dallas area around where you guys are, and you know, that's the other side of it. And you know, you look at things like that and you just go, God, like what am I supposed to do? Okay, my livelihood comes from events and from, you know, from playing shows and what on the road we call it singing for my supper. You know, like that's our livelihood. Like that's what we do. That's how we get to minister. And so how can I be sensitive to both sides of the situation? And so ultimately, we just want to make sure that people feel safe and that people feel comfortable in coming out, because we know that music can be such a secret. You know, our desire is to go out and to bring music to people, bring joy, and ultimately share Jesus.
Yeah. Well, that is so important right now, and I think, you know, you hit on so many points right there. You know, the importance of making sure people feel safe, and the importance of still bringing joy, and obviously sharing Jesus. So I love it.
Definitely a balance.
Yeah, I love that you're doing what you can for that. Okay, so in addition to being an amazing worship leader, and you've got this huge, you know, production team at your disposal, and you know, we've had the chance to work with you on events, and you do some really cool stuff. But what do you prefer, leading an intimate time of worship or a full-on concert experience?
My goodness, that is the perfect question for this season. So lately, most of what we've been doing has been to a screen. or to a very intimate, worship, experience. But man, I would be, I'd be lying to you if I said that I didn't miss the big stage and just there's an energy that comes from that. It's not that makes it better. It's not that it makes it more impactful. And that's not to say that, the Spirit can't move in a smaller, intimate setting. He absolutely can. And we've seen that. We've experienced that. But there's just something about an energy when you're in a big room. And we've gotten to do everything from, 500 seat auditoriums to 5,000 seats to 15,000 seat arenas. And the energy is just different when you have a full room and you have all the fun big production in there, because you can create settings and environments that are unique. I don't know. That's a really hard question, because I've had such sweet moments in both settings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
that. That's a hard question. I probably didn't answer your question.
No, that's fine. But I don't know that I expected a firm decision one way or the other, but I liked hearing your opinions on both sides, so that's awesome.
That's a tough one to answer.
Okay, so we're going to move off the tough questions now and
cool.
move on to something a little more fun and a little more lighthearted that we call 5 questions.
5 questions.
All right, question number 1.
Oh, goodness, he's huge. Hang on.
Wow.
He's ginormous.
David, what did you do?
I made him huge.
Okay, so good. So what are you binge watching right now?
The Crown.
Oh, yes. Are you caught up to date?
No. So don't tell me anything.
Okay. Which season are you on?
I'm not caught up. I'm still on season 1.
Oh, wow. Okay. Gotcha.
Lips sealed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like this has just happened for me.
Oh,
and
wow.
My mind is blown.
Yes.
So,
it is so good.
We'll try not to ruin history for you. Won't spoil history.
Yes, because it's already happened.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Have we lost
Can we
him?
lose him?
Right.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
There it is.
All right. Okay, so even though it seems like you do pretty much everything under the sun, if you could have any other job than the one you have right now,
Or the multiple that you have right
and
now.
I don't mean necessarily driving the bus.
No.
What would it be?
Okay. This is very recent for me, and this is a totally off the wall answer. But this literally just happened this week that I was like, I want that job.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. White House press secretary. I think I would be an awesome press secretary, because I've always been good at like making things up and making things sound super official on the fly.
Yes.
And like, they have to do that. Like, the press is hard on the press secretary.
Yeah.
And so you have to be able to just like be quick on your feet. And sometimes you have to be a little ruthless. And I think I could totally do that.
Give him the microphone and the pedestal, people. Let's make this
I was
happen.
going to say, that's a fantastic answer.
Come on.
I love it.
I
Yeah,
love that.
I just need somebody to like make that happen.
All right,
So-
we'll see what we can do.
We'll
start
make
a
some phone
petition.
calls.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, question number 3. What is your favorite to-go order?
Ooh, favorite to-go order would have to be Starbucks, because I'm there like every day. So yeah, grande vanilla latte at 130 degrees.
Oh,
Okay.
he's serious. I like
He
that.
is.
Yeah. Now, it's not really that fancy. I just say the number because Starbucks actually calls that the kids' temperature.
I was going to say that's not
But I
quite
don't-
as hot as we normally take it.
No, I'm like a wimp when it comes to like temperature hot stuff. And so I don't like to go to Starbucks and be like, yeah, can I get that at the kids' temperature? So I just say 130 degrees.
That's
And
awesome.
sometimes the barista is a jerk and they're like, oh, so you want the kids' temp? And I'm
Of
like,
course.
no, I want 130 degrees.
At least don't
So-
say it out loud. I've got a rep to protect
Yeah.
here.
I know, that's kind of what I was thinking. But yeah, so that's like my daily to-go order.
That's fantastic. I love it.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you reading right now?
I'm reading The Blessed Life by Robert Morris.
Ooh.
It's super great. It's actually my 4th time to read it.
Oh wow.
I am not a huge reader.
Okay.
Okay. Love to listen to books on tape and that kind of thing. Love podcasts, love all of that. But I'm not a huge reader. But this book, it was given to me 3 years ago on a tour that we did. This book absolutely, it changed my life. And I that sounds so cliche to say, but it really did. Robert Morris does such an excellent job teaching on the importance of giving and tithing in our local church.
Yeah.
And he absolutely just nailed it in this book. Highly recommend it. He shares stories and things in there that 100% will change your life. Just about what it means to be a cheerful giver.
Okay.
Very
The Blessed
nice.
Life. We'll check that out.
That sounds great. All right, so I can see this happening. They decide to make a movie of your life, Jamison. So who plays you?
Oh my gosh, Chris Pratt.
Yes.
Yes.
Ugh,
Yes. I'd see that. I'd
I
watch
love
that.
him. Yeah,
If I had to,
Twist your arm.
twist.
yeah. Not like the like the overweight Chris Pratt that was
No?
in Parks and Rec. No, not that one.
Not that
No.
one? Oh.
No, but the little more like the one that was a little like more buff and like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one.
I can
No.
totally see that.
I low key, I want to be his best friend. I follow him on social media and stuff, and I think he is just absolutely hilarious.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, and the stuff that he comes up with, I mean,
He's
he's
great.
Oh, gosh,
he's
yeah.
absolutely hilarious.
So
I
good.
love him.
All right. So,
All right.
Chris, just so you know, you've got a new best friend here. Just reach out to him.
Yes.
Yep.
Jamison
Who's
Strain.com?
going to also be the press secretary
That's
pretty
right.
soon.
Yes.
So watch for that coming your way.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Oh, it's fantastic. All right, so Jamison, we've got your website on here, jamisonstrain.com. Is that the best way for people to find out about you?
It is that way, or the same Jamison Strain on Instagram or Facebook. Just search it.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All
Awesome.
those.
Well, man, we thank you so much for being on with us. We hope that you have safe travels.
Yeah, please be safe out there.
And we look forward to talking to you really soon.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, we
thanks
need
for being
to see
on.
you in person again soon.
Yes.
Yes, I can't wait. Love y'all.
I love you too,
man. Bye.
So I told you guys would love him. He is fantastic. He's such a nice guy, such
It's
a
amazing.
big heart. He loves Jesus. So fantastic.
Yes.
Speaking of big-hearted people, next week we have Tim Ramsey.
Yay!
He is a student pastor. He is an author. He is a
Good friend of
speaker.
ours.
Good friend of ours. You're going to love him.
Mhm.
So we look forward to
That's
talking
next Friday, so be sure to join us right here.
Same time.
Same time.
10 a.m. Exactly.
Central.
We will be back.
Cool.
Any other thoughts, babe?
And that's all I got. 2 weeks
Okay.
to Christmas.
That's
Have
all
I
that's in her
mentioned
mind
that?
now. No, you haven't mentioned that.
Okay.
Is it 2 weeks to Christmas?
Yeah.
Joshua, yeah, Jameson does have a great personality, doesn't he?
He is
He's-
awesome.
I tell you what, I was really honored when we first met him and at this conclave, this
Right.
student event, and I got to go sit and just chat with him for a little while.
Right.
It was just a really great blessing, and I always remember that. Josh, thank you so much for wishing us a great weekend.
You
and great
too.
weekend to you.
Yes. Everybody, have a great weekend. Have a great week.
Yep, and we will see you next time on Coffee Chat.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.